Soak a toe.
What's up?
Morning.
Morning.
Morning, Zach.
I can't, I'm on my phone because I can't log in on the computer. I don't know why. Are you guys on your phones or computer?
Computer.
Computer.
Well, we're going to have a hard time today if I can't log in here. Where's the meeting ID? There we go.
Ooh, a little bit of feedback.
Okay. We're good. We're so immature. It's not funny.
I want to figure out how to do the backdrops. Nice.
Like this?
Yeah. I don't know how to do it. That's better.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man.
You need to get one of those video virtual backgrounds where it's you walking around behind you.
Oh, that'd be creepy though.
It is, but it's hilarious.
You guys be able to concentrate if I leave it on that one?
No. Just get rid of all of them.
All right. Okay. So, did you guys get my email about doing some more practice before we take a quiz?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I am going to load something in a minute. I'm going to upload this worksheet onto Google Drive. So it's a lot of problems. I think we'll start with like the first however many, hang on. And then go over the answers together. Okie dokie. find this trig practice deal, and maybe I'll do this. Let's start with A, B, C, D, E, and F. If you guys want to do those on a scratch piece of paper, and then we'll go over the answers together.
Okay.
See them worked out, we can do that. We'll just spend some time this morning doing some practice, and then if everybody's ready to go, we'll take the quiz. Capiche?
Sure.
Yep.
So, how can I do this? Why don't you all
That's
turn?
supposed to be 4.8, or is it 4 times 8?
Yeah, if you see the dot, that's supposed to be point, like 4.
Oh,
And
okay.
on D, it's 11.1.
Okay.
So why don't you all turn your videos off, and then when you're done, turn your videos on, so I know.
Which one's A through
Let's do
D?
A through F.
Okay.
Can you see A through F on my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can open them up on Drive, or you can use my screen, whatever you want.
Zach, which ones did you say we were doing? I'm sorry.
A through F,
All right, thanks.
the first 6.
Thanks. Does that first one say 4 times 8 centimeters? Or is that 4.8?
That's supposed to be a decimal point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the dots mean point or decimal.
All right.
Is anyone else's screen getting blocked by something?
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
There's a text block in the middle of the screen now.
Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is this supposed to be like 11 times 1 or 0.1? Can someone tell me?
0.1.
0.1, okay.
Not,
Just making sure.
not
Thank you.
yeah. Virginia, are you done by chance?
Yeah, with the just up to F, right? Am I supposed to be able to see the rest of them?
No, you're just supposed to show your video when you're done so that we're all, but as long as you're done, we can.
Just a second.
Oh, you don't have, now that I know you're done, you don't have to, but all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this like a test or just
No,
practice?
this is just practice.
Okay.
Can y'all see my whiteboard?
No.
Oh, there's a carbon
Like a
fiber
big
square
block in front
in
of
front of
it.
it.
There's a carbon fiber square.
That's nice.
You can't see what I'm doing?
Oh,
It's just a big block in front of everything.
Yeah.
How about now?
There we go.
Good. Yeah.
See the whiteboard?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. A, what did we get? Ooh, purple.
57.77. I don't know.
Degrees.
Yeah.
I'm just going to run with these. If you guys got something else or if you need me to work through it, then let me know.
I'm all good there.
B,
9.68.
Yep.
Roger.
I feel smart right now. I hope that don't change.
C,
43.71. Degrees, yeah.
E,
5.21.
E,
44.43.
44 point what?
43. I guess that'd be degrees.
Mm-hmm.
F,
35.91 degrees Celsius.
Where'd you get the
Hey,
Celsius
freedom
from?
units. Freedom units. It's Fahrenheit here.
freedom units. All right. So seems like you guys are good.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy with my understanding.
Oh my God. Industrial accident on the thumb.
Got caught in a press.
Yeah.
That's not any better, Zach. I'm just saying.
Are classes free for you? Because you could get an art class and get.
Oh, so you're flipping us off. Okay.
No,
That's
that's a thumbs up.
Sure it is. Yeah, sure that's a thumbs up.
A little single finger salute there.
Hi, Nick's mom. Are you making us all coffee? Because we need it.
That's my girlfriend. That's not my mom.
Hey, way to go, Nick. All right. Well, we can do some more examples, or we can go ahead and take this quiz.
I think I'm ready for the quiz. I don't,
Here's the thing. What you're going to see on the quiz is set up a little bit differently. I would recommend
Oh, hell.
paper and you draw it out because it's going to look a little confusing. But it's going to say something like A, B, C, and then the opposite of those angles is going to be big A, big B, big C. And then there's going to be a table.
I don't like this already, Zach.
You do or you don't.
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, I don't.
All math. It's all math. It all stays the same. There's no. Okay, so then it's going to say A is 26 degrees. big A is 5 feet. Find what C is. So if I'm you, I'm redrawing this thing so it looks like this.
And put the numbers in.
Yeah. So this would be 26 degrees. A is 5 feet. And we need to find this. Okay.
All right.
This looks a lot less confusing, right? I'll draw it on a piece of paper. You'll be
Why
right.
can't we just keep it simple? I like the KISS method.
Hmm?
I like the KISS method. Why we can't just keep it simple?
Well, okay, here in 8 weeks, you can teach yourself this class, and then you can draw up these tests however you want, Justin.
Oh, all right, I'm gonna go for that then.
We're gonna go over like how we're gonna split up our lab days and stuff today.
Would you like to?
Yes.
I need to know what day I need to come in.
Yeah.
Because your girlfriend
Got to drive them.
has to figure out your schedule for you.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. How many people are left in here? Maybe a couple people dropped, so let me think about that while you're taking the quiz.
Okay.
A couple of you have already told me that if you're going to have off days or days where we're spending those days doing your code homework or whatever we want to say. So if you're in lecture one day, lab another day, and the third day is yours to work whatever you want. Some of you have requested I need my lab day to be this like Wednesday or Friday. So be thinking about that too. The other thing is like I really don't want to take away lab time from you people if you want more. So if you're assigned a Wednesday and you want more practice, then you're welcome to come in on Fridays too. But anyway, let me get a schedule worked up. And are you guys allowed to chat? Do you have the chat box?
Chat box with. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Tell me while you're quizzing at some point. Tell me if there's a day that you need, not that you prefer, that you need. Wednesday or Friday. And I'll try to draw something up because if everybody's like, I need Wednesdays so I can sleep in on Fridays, that's not. We can't do that because then everybody's going to want to come in on Wednesdays. So, but I also realize some of you work too and you have other stuff going on. So, all right, I guess I should open this quiz up. It's going to be on Blackboard. Uh-oh.
Somebody's about to go to jail.
Is it open? Do we need a password or something?
No, it's not open yet.
Okay.
It will be in now. Let me know if you can't find it.
I'm seeing it's under assignments quizzes.
There she be. When you guys are done, just so I know when everybody's done, I need you to go like this. When you're done and you've submitted it, go. Caw caw. One,
Caw.
2,
Caw.
3.
Oh,
We still got some people left because they haven't cacawed yet.
I'm trying to help my son with his homework too, because he's starting school today online. So I'm kind of multitasking, but caw.
I think we've established the caca and tuki does not work.
Hey, Ben. Ben, can you hear me?
yeah.
We're taking the Trig quiz right now. Are you logged on?
Yeah. I'm doing it right now.
Oh, okay. All right, let's get going here.
Could you tell me what the answer to number 9 was? Because I missed it and I just don't know how.
Um,
What was it?
So there's still people. There's still people taking or need to take the quiz. So we'll go out. We'll go over answers after, or ask me after class if you want.
Okay.
Okay. So schedule time. So Nick's girlfriend can get his rides straightened out.
Yep.
Okay, and Nick,
Yeah.
how do you spell Nick? With a K or an H?
Me or the other one?
You.
NIC.
Damn. And Nicholas too.
Mine's NICK.
Really?
Yeah.
So we can be Nick and Nitch.
I'm NIC.
Okay, that's going to really confuse me though, because I would think it would be the other way around. I would think that Nick O or would be NIC and Nick H would be NICK.
Well, there's no K in Nicholas, so I don't know why there'd ever
I
be
know,
a
but
K.
there's no K in Zachary, Zachary, but ZAC.
Well, I know
ZACK.
I know Zachary spells it ZAC.
Well, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in
That's
my
the
life.
way to do it.
No, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's about being unique.
So we're gonna have Nick and Nitch.
Okay.
You can call me Night Train. That's fine. Let's go with that.
Just call me Nick. Please.
Okay. Can you see the spreadsheet here?
Yeah.
So Nick P needs to be on Fridays, and Justin M needs to be on Wednesdays. So,
I don't mind Friday.
well, we're gonna randomize it to be
Okay.
fair. So since you just volunteered, Nick, choose a
Mhm.
number between. I'm sorry, Nitch. Choose a number between 1 and 10,
7.
and then choose somebody else who's in this meeting.
Justin.
Justin, you're up. Choose a number between 1 and 10.
Five, I guess.
Oh, never mind. No, you can't pick Justin and Nick.
Okay. Virginia.
What about me?
I'm choosing you.
Okay.
Choose the number between 1 and 10, Virginia.
3.
Okay, and pick somebody else who's in here.
Tyler.
Tyler.
Is he there? Doesn't look like it.
Tyler!
All right, we're skipping Tyler. This is a disaster.
Okay,
Pick somebody
Brenna.
else, Virginia. Huh?
Brenna.
I'll pick 9.
And then you got to choose somebody else.
Do Ben.
Ben.
I'll go with 4.
Wow, we have 2 Tylers now. Tyler, can you hear me? This is your last chance to choose a number.
It don't matter to me.
Pick a number that's on you see the screen. Okay, Tyler's number 5. Ready for the big unveiling? I guess we need Ben Meyer on there too. I'll put him wherever it fits. Ready? You ready to see your days?
Mm-hmm.
It's totally randomized. Fridays, we got Virginia, Ben, Niche.
So I'm niche, right?
You're niche.
Okay.
Niche tab.
Okay.
And then Wednesdays we got Brenna, Tyler. All right, let me fill this up. I'm gonna put who else are we missing? Ben Meyer.
I can send him a text and let him know.
Isn't there another Tyler too?
There is?
I thought there was two of them.
I think he's just on a different device.
Brennan,
Oh, okay.
Justin, Ben, Virginia, Nick, Niche, Tyler. Oh, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
And we really could do 8 of us at a time in here, but like some of you would have to be doing your code homework. So that's how I'm going to approach this. You guys can come in any day you want, okay? As long as we're social distancing, we're okay. And wearing your masks. And I even have, like, they gave us gloves to wear if you want to. So well, it's up to you. This Wednesday, Justin, Brenna, Tyler, and Ben Meyer. Nick Tab, you're gonna get Nick, you're gonna text Ben.
Yeah, I just sent him a message.
Okay. I'll shoot him an email too. So the 4 of you need to be in here working on I guess conduit's the only thing we can start on. And then yeah.
Could I come and get my code book
That's the other thing.
Wednesday morning?
All of you can come in Wednesday and get your code book. Those 4 of you, I need that's your time to start working on labs. And this is in my classes, like labs, that's up to you guys. You manage your own time. If you knock them all out in 3 weeks, awesome. If you're gonna wait to the last minute, so be it. But you're gonna know what labs you need to get done. So there's conduit bending labs. Now here's the thing, all of you can get started on the conduit bending labs right away. We have 3 half-inch benders and we have 2 3/4-inch benders. And you're gonna have, I'm gonna put this, hang on, let me put this on the, I'm gonna put this on Blackboard. So you guys have a record of when you're supposed to be here. And that email just went to Ben Meyer too. All of you got an email just now. All right, so that's remaining schedule. What the hell was I just talking about?
Conduit bending.
The labs. Thank you. On your shared drive, I think it's on there.
Has a list.
Yep. Listen here. You got all these pipe bending labs to do. The first, you see the ones that say non-wall mount? Those are just bend a stub 90, 9 inches tall. Bend a back-to-back 90, 9 inches tall, 32 inches apart. then an offset, 6 foot high on 30-degree angle bends. 3-point and 4-point saddle we're going to do today. We're going to talk about today. And then at least one of those first 5 bends needs to be on 3/4 inch conduit. So when the 4 of you come in, all 4 of you should be able to have a conduit bender to use. And then let's just get in the habit of, when we're done with a bender, go hang it up on the rack. But before you do, wipe it down, just to keep everybody safe. There's going to be hand sanitizer and gloves for you guys to use. We're not going to wipe down the troubleshooting stuff, because I don't want to wipe down stuff that could get energized and it's still wet. So just wear your gloves when you're troubleshooting. We'll get into the troubleshooting stuff, I guess, next Monday in lecture. And then, so next week for your labs, you guys can start in on those troubleshooting trainers as well. Okay, and then the wall mount ones, did I show you guys that picture yet?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so.
Oh, I think I even put it on the drive. Did I? Yeah. Yeah, this one. So you're going to have this first pipe up here coming from the trough and then going over that piece of strut. That is 4-point saddle, 1/2 inch EMT. The next one over is pipe 2, stub 90, 1/2 inch EMT.
They're back to back.
They are, let's see if I can zoom in.
Yeah. They're on the same conduit run.
Yes. So what I would do is bend this 4-point saddle first. And mine is up there so you can match and take measurements and stuff, right? But you're going to need to know where that's at. And then you're going to have a coupling. You put a coupling on your pipe. And then you're going to need to bend to stub 90. So what measurement do we need what measurements do we need for your stub 90?
You need the length of the stub, right?
How do I clear the damn drawings? Oh, well.
Does the Control-Z keyboard shortcut work to undo it?
Oh, there it is.
So you need take up and the length of the stub. Is that right?
Well, I'm going to need to know which side of this is the stub. Let's start there.
The one going into the box, right? It didn't matter, but you're essentially finding one spot and bending a 90.
The stub, I'm always going to assume, well, you could call whatever one the stub you want, but I'm going to say the stub is the shorter one.
Okay.
So if all of you are coming from if all of you are coming from a coupling right here, it's going to be in a straight line straight down, right? So you're going to need to know that. You're going to need to measure from here. Let's say this is my pipe coming over and this is my coupling right here. So I need to, from right here to somewhere over here, I need this distance, right? So wherever this is transposed, there's going to be a little fitting right here. And you need the outside of that. You can take a 4-foot level from this and level straight up, and you can use a pencil to make a mark on this wall. And then you measure this distance here. The stub part is going to be from the top of this coupling transposed over. So you're going to need to take a 4-foot level and maybe make 2 marks to make it all the way over here. So you level straight over there. So you've leveled over from the top of the coupling down to basically the box or the bottom of this coupling. So that's going to be your other measurement, right? And everybody's is going to be different because the next pipe down right here
Cut inside of it.
going to have a smaller length this way and a smaller length this way, right?
That means the stub's going to be shorter each time, huh?
Yep. So what I want you to do is, if you're working on this lab, I want you to take the next space down.
Make everybody else do a 3-point over yours.
Right, so the next person is going to come from this next coupling down. So this is 1/2 inch EMT. The other one, the third band, is this right here, and I haven't put a pipe in there yet, but there's going to be a little 3/4 inch EMT, and then you're going to have a 3-point saddle going over this pipe and back down and over. And then we're just going to call this a set distance. So you just match whatever I put up there for length and put your pipe in. And then when you're done with a pipe, you're going to put your initials on it in Sharpie.
Okay.
For 2 reasons. One, it shows me that you're done with that lab. So like up in here somewhere, I'll put my name here and then you put your initials on there. So 1, I know that you did that bend, and 2, kind of causes you to take a little bit of pride in your work. Everybody's going to see your 4-point saddle, you know? So, and obviously I'm going to be there to help you, but I'm not going to walk you through it from the beginning. That's what these lectures are for. So,
All right.
Okay, so we need to go over those last 2 types of bends, correct?
Yes.
Let's do that.
Hey, Zach,
Ah,
I just finished my quiz, so if we want to go over answers or anything.
okay.
We're
Ben
good now.
Meyer still needs to. Oh, Ben's here. Man, Ben, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, taking a quiz.
Yeah, I'm taking it right now.
Okay, good luck. We can go over answers later, or Wednesday, or Thursday, Sunday night around midnight.
That's fine with me.
Yeah,
I'm
you'll.
good.
Okay, what am I doing?
4-point.
I'll make sure we're covering everything in this PowerPoint. Back-to-back 90. I'll show you this real quick. This is a kick. So this is basically a stub 90 with a kick on it. And you're never going to be hopefully running conduit right against the concrete on the ground, but it's the only picture I could find that shows a kick. And it's just the same math that we've been talking about, right? You got a stub 90, and if there was a box up here, you'd need to know that height, and then it's just a triangle, right? I'm confident that you guys could all do that if you needed to. We talked about offsets. This is another picture of a box offset, and you can see this person actually marked it out with Sharpie, which is kind of a no-no. I don't care if you do it in the lab, but in real life, don't mark your pipe with Sharpie. We talked about that the other day, didn't we?
Right.
And then the trig, the multipliers. Okay, picture on the left is a 3-point saddle, which we're going to do today. Picture on the right is a 4-point saddle, which we're going to do today. And then we need to talk about shrink and stuff. Okay, real quick, I want to show you on Blackboard some other things. If you're not going to, like if you're doing your labs and you get on YouTube to go back over how I showed you to do things, there's some other references for you guys to use too on Blackboard. Let me show you, I think it's this one. There's some videos you can watch, but this hand bending conduit should be a PDF. It's pretty handy because you can see they show you exactly where to have the shoe, right? And for all these bends, it's important that you have the shoe facing in the right direction. Like the back-to-back 90 that I showed you, if you on the second bend flipped your shoe the wrong way, it wouldn't come out right. It wouldn't be the measurement that you wanted.
Is this on Drive?
This is on Blackboard, but I can put it on the drive.
Oh, okay. Blackboard's fine.
I wanted to look and see where they put the rim notch or the teardrop, because that's what we're going to use today. The teardrop is used for the center bend on 3-point saddles. Here we go. So this page here is what I'm going to talk about today. Potential spam. Should I answer it?
It's delicious.
Is your car's warranty about to expire?
Mm-hmm. Okay, you see where it says 60s and 30s? I'm pretty sure most benders are only going to have one rim notch. Yeah, some of them might be marked for 60s for your center bend or 45s. So we're going to use 60 today. And then 4-point saddles is actually pretty easy because it's 2 back-to-back offsets that you guys already know how to do. So, all right, here's the 3-point saddle. I'm going to do this on 3/4-inch pipe. And I want the saddle to be 3 inches tall. So I want it to be 3 inches tall. And 30 inches away from my fitting. So here's, I'm going to call this one my obstruction. I'm going to say it's 3 inches tall.
Whenever you're ready, Zach, can you rearrange the camera?
Why are you yelling at me?
Caw.
Caw, 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 caw.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
That was weird. Whoa. How'd you get on the ceiling?
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm coming over 30 inches. So this distance is 30 inches. And my obstruction is, let's pretend it's like a pipe, is 3 inches tall. So what? Man, it's Monday, I can tell. 3 inches tall obstruction. Remember the center bend that PDF tells you is 60? So if we were doing 2 triangles back to back, and this was 60, what would that make each of those?
30.
30.
They 30, 30, 90.
Should be. But I'm not so sure that's right. That would make this 60. That would make, yeah, that's right, because then this would be, just doesn't look right. It looks backwards. More like this, right? That's a 30. That's a 30. That would make this a 60. And that would make this 30. Right. Am I thinking of this right? The problem is I don't remember, these rim notches are not labeled. So some of them, they're set up to be the center of a 45, and some of them are set up to be the center of a 60. So we're going to find out when we make this bend if this bender is kosher. You know, I do this once a year. You'd think that I would remember this stuff, but I can't remember what I did yesterday. So anyway, so this is 3-inch tall obstruction, and we want this to be 30, this to be 60. So our pipe is going to look like this.
I thought the center one was supposed to be 60 and the 2 outsides were supposed to be 30. Because you You bend don't you bend the center one first?
If you bend the center 160, then you're bisecting that in the middle. So you're going to have two 30-degree angles on either side.
Right, so pretend this line isn't there. This center bend is going to be 60. And then your two outside ones are going to be
30s.
30. Right, right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really feeling the Monday. Okay, so first thing I need to do is measure over 30 inches on my 3/4 inch pipe. What's the multiplier for a 30?
2.
2. Numero dos.
Which means what's the distance between my marks going to be?
The outside marks would be 4 inches. Or times 4, right? So 4 times the height, or 2 times the height, outside to outside. So about
So
3
it'd be
6 to the center from either side.
That would be 3 times 2 is 6. So I got my center mark. This is at 30 inches, and then I need to go 6 inches this way and 6 inches this way.
Right. I'm trying. I'm sorry. Ugh.
Try harder. Okay, so what is our first? I got 3 marks. Where's my first bend going to be, and what mark am I putting it on?
first bend's going to be in the center.
So center mark.
Yep.
I
And you're going to
got a mark there, a mark there, and a mark there. Center mark on which mark on the bender?
it's going to be on the rim notch for 60.
Why?
Because that's the way it's designed.
Right. The rim notch gives you the center of a 60-degree bend. Okay, so if the bend starts here and it ends up down here, that should be, I'm not so sure this is right, but we're going to try it anyway. 3/4 inch pipe's a little harder to work with, by the way.
Can you demonstrate on 1 inch rigid instead?
You're going to hand bend 1 inch rigid?
Matt Gainsborough.
I've had to do 3/4. It's a pain.
All right, so let me get this down a little bit. So here's my 60-degree bend. If I did this right, that center, I'm still not so sure this is right. Maybe it is. Now, what I would recommend you do is the same way we did with an offset. Lift it up and push it through to the next mark, and then flip it.
180.
And then what am I going to bend this one at?
So that would be 30.
So this one would be 30. All right.
So for that 30, are you using the arrow mark on the bender?
Yes. Good question. Arrow. And then the thing to remember about the next 2 bends, so the 2 outside bends, is you have to have the shoe facing. So when I say facing, like the front of it, facing towards that middle bend. And that's where that PDF that I showed you is handy, because it shows you for each of the bends which way to face the shoe, in case you forget. Or you can get on YouTube and watch my horrible demonstrations too. But if you do the center bend and then push it through the same way you did an offset, this is already facing towards the middle, right? Now for the last bend, I need to flip it around. Because I need the shoe facing towards the middle again. Make sense?
Yep.
So I got my mark on the mark, line it up. And there is a 3-point saddle. Let's see how I did. So you can see that bend is a little open, right?
Yep.
And you can see this bend is actually a little closed. So I made it over my 3-inch obstruction pretty well. My 30-inch mark is a little bit short. Why do you think that is? Unless I got it backwards. Why do you think
It's
that
looking
is?
better.
So this mark was at 30 inches, right?
Shrinkage.
Shrink. So when you bend pipe, the total length of it ends up shrinking a little bit, right? Because I put this whoopty in there. The shrink is what we're going to talk about next. All right, so how am I going to fix this? If this is a little closed and this is a little open, then I need to put a little bit more bend on this one and take a little bit out of this one. I'm going to do that real quick. 3/4, you can also sort of manhandle a little bit, but I would prefer to put it back in the bender where I already have my marks. I'll put just a little bit more on this one. And take a little bit out. This one. And that's better. Better. Still a little bit open, but I can live with it. The other thing about having a little bit of room for error is when I put this on the wall, you can tell that both ends are running up a little bit, right? Well, I put it on the wall and put the supports, so either a one-hole strap or a strut strap or something. If you're not perfectly on it, what you want to aim for, perfection. But if you're not perfectly on it, the strut straps allow you to do a little bit of MacGyvering on it to get it exactly where you want it. But so I could spend some time taking more. Actually, that's not too bad. So anyway, that's a 3-point saddle. Now let's look at shrink real quick. For the wall mount lab, you're going to have to account for shrink. This is shrink. So down at the bottom here, this bottom line is showing like the original length of pipe. So let's say it's a 10-foot stick. Shrink is how far that center line moves, or how far this is from this. So what the formula for shrink is this. The shrink constant of the angle. So we're going to get that from this cheat sheet. So here's the shrink constant. And we did ours on, it's basically a back-to-back 30, right? 2 back-to-back 30-inch offsets.
Yeah.
So if we did ours on a 30, the shrink constant is going to be 0.27 times the height times the number of offsets. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So this example shows it. So shrink constant of the angle times the number of offsets times the obstruction height. I'm going to show you why right now with my magic pen. So why would it be times the number of offsets? Well, this is one offset. So the shrink at point A is going to be the same as the shrink in point B. But if you had 2 back-to-back offsets, so either a 4-point saddle or a 3-point saddle, a 3-point saddle is really just 2 offsets all the way butted up to each other. Right? So an offset this way and an offset this way. Right? So the shrink constant, or the shrink from point, the shrink constant for, or the shrink of a regular offset, you're going to have one shrinkage at point B and at point A. For a 3-point saddle, you're going to have 2 different shrinkages at point A and point B because there's 2 different offsets. Point A, you're only dealing with 1 offset. Point B, you're dealing with 2 offsets. Does that make sense? So this is giving you an example with 45-degree angles. We're going to look at whoa. For that pipe that I just bent, I came over 30 inches. So this distance here to here was 30 inches. And then I came up, how many inches?
3.
Very good, 3. So how do we calculate shrink with that formula? At this point, let's call this point A.
Need the table of constants
What's the shrink constant for 30?
for 3/4.
Is it in your Uglies book?
Probably is somewhere.
Brenna, you're our Uglies book expert. Find shrink constant.
All I'm seeing is info for shrink on one-shot bends. Your cute little table's not in here that I can see.
And it is cute.
It's precious. Let's see. Shrink constant for angle less than 60 is the degrees of the angle over 20. So if you're doing 30 over 20, 120. That would be 1 over 4, 1/4.
I'm really surprised it's not in there. All right. Well, we can figure out the shrink constant, but we'll do that later. Shrink constant on your table for 30s is 0.27. So that means for every 0.27 times however many inches of height. So we're doing 3 inches. So for every inch of obstruction or every inch of height on your offset or your saddle, you're going to lose a 1/4 inch. So we're going to lose about 3/4 of an inch on this bend. Make sense?
Yeah.
So to account for that, if I was going to account for shrink on this, where would I have made that bend, or where would I have made that center mark? So here's my original pipe. From this end, where should I have marked that pipe, knowing what the shrink was going to be?
You're going to add 3/4 of an inch.
Right. So I should have made it at 30 3/4. So right here, because when I bend it, it's going to go this way, 3/4 of an inch. Let's do the same example, but let's do, well, let's finish this off. Point B, how much did that shrink?
3/4.
Twice that, because you've got 2 offsets.
60.
At point A, we're just pretending we did that. At point B, we did that and shrunk it again. Make sense? All right, so if I asked you, I've got a 4-point saddle on 45s. The original pipe length was 8 feet. So 8 feet, how much did it shrink?
Are you still using the 3-inch height obstruction?
Good question. Let's go 4 inches. Anybody?
Would you see a 3-inch shrink?
I don't know. What is the Deerfield Beach, Florida? What's the shrink constant for 45?
Trying to pull up your PowerPoint.
Oh.
Um, 0.375.
0.375.
So then you'd multiply that by the 4-inch rise, and then you have 2 offsets.
Obstruction times 2. What do you end up with?
3.
3 inches, basically?
Yeah.
So that means that this shrink is 3 inches. What would it have been right here at the center of the obstruction? Just
Would have been half that,
right?
1.5.
Right. So the shrink at this point would have been 1.5. Questions on shrink?
Does it matter what size shoe you use to bend it? Will that cause a different shrink?
No.
Okay.
Because shrink only has to do with the math, the angles, the trig, right? All a shrink is triangles. We don't care what the radius of the bender is. That being said, you're not going to bend a 3-point saddle on a 3-inch rigid triple nickel. You don't have the room to work with there.
Right.
Unless you did it on like 10-degree angles. But that's getting above and beyond what we need for this class. All right, I'm going to show you a 4-point saddle. Good grief, it's 11:15 already. I'm going to show you 4-point saddle. We'll go over where to measure for this stuff. Well, we need to get that. 4-point saddle. Are you comfortable you guys could do that?
With practice, maybe.
Without me
Yeah.
showing you?
Probably with practice.
It's 2 back-to-back offsets, right? I'll do an example.
I'm probably gonna have to get in there and work with it a little bit before I can say I can do any of this stuff. I don't really learn by watching you do it. I gotta kind of do it myself. So
All right. Yeah. So.
All right, let's do an example. Let's do the same thing with 4-point saddle instead of a 3-point saddle. So I'm just gonna, I don't care about shrink or anything, this is just to do an example. I'm gonna mark where the center of this thing is. And then let's do a 45-degree offset on either side of it. And let's say we want it to be, I don't know, 4 inches apart. So I have a center mark where I want that to be. And I want them to be 4 inches apart. So basically I want the flat part of my saddle to be 4 inches wide. So I'm gonna make a mark 2 inches over here, 2 inches over here. That gives me my 4-inch flat part. Then it's just two offsets back to back. So if I'm doing this on 45s, how far apart do my marks have to be?
So 7 inches. Says 2.5 times 3, right?
We're going 3 inches tall.
Right. And for 45, it's the multiplier is 2.5. Is that right? I'm guessing.
This is why I don't memorize that stuff. But I do know that the sine of 45 is going to be 3 over what my hypotenuse, which is going to be the distance between my marks.
Distance is 1, so
3 divided by sine of 45.
7.5.
I got 4.24.
What is it?
4.24.
4.24?
Yep.
Three divided by the sine of 45 is 4.24.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that means these marks are going to be 4.24 apart. Let's see if I have the room to make that bend. So basically 4 1/4. I got 4 marks on there, and then which direction do I need to face the shoe? Always towards the middle. So here's my middle mark. I'm having an offset here and an offset here. And I don't know if I'm gonna have the room to do this on a 45 because it's such a small deal, but I'm gonna try. So I'm putting my first mark on the arrow pointing towards the middle mark, and I'm just gonna bend an offset. So 45. One offset. My center mark is right here still. So then I need to turn it around and bend an offset the other way to match the first offset. So this is my middle mark. I'm coming to my next mark over. So I have my flat space and then I have another offset. So 45. Just bending another offset. And I dogged the crap out of this pipe, by the way. So this is a good example of a dog. You see when I make a bend and then I'm eyeballing it to see if it's straight? This is a dog. See how it's straight and then it kicks out that way?
Yeah.
Really crappy job of bending a pipe, but should have it. 4-inch flat spot and then 2 45-degree offsets. There's a horrible dog in it, and this side is a little open, so I can fix that. Okay, so that's a 4-point saddle.
Okay.
Pretty easy, just two offsets. All right, let's quickly go over stub 90s. Where am I going to measure at for here? What do I need to measure? So I'm going to have a level with me, and I'm going to transpose some marks.
Okay.
What distances do I need?
You need the stub distance and the take up, right?
Yeah.
Really?
Let's say this is 1/2-inch EMT.
Are you showing us something right now?
Oh, no.
Okay. That would explain a lot.
Now I am.
Ah, yeah. All right.
So I need to put this pipe in there and a 1/2-inch EMT.
5-inch take up.
Where'd my frickin', there it is. All right, so take up is 5 inches.
Okay. So
I need to know this from the outside of this coupling
right there
to here. I need to know that distance. And I need to know how tall it's going to be. You can do one or the other because 1/2-inch EMT will just make the bend and cut it off where we need to.
Yeah.
Let's say we need to know this distance. Let's say this is 33 inches. So where am I going to make a mark on my pipe? I'm going to come over to somewhere around here, and then I'm going to bend this up. I need to know this take up right here is 5 inches, right?
28.
Right, so from the end of the pipe, my flat piece of pipe, I'm going to come over 28 inches, make a bend. It's going to take up 5 inches worth of space, and then my pipe's going to end up being too long unless you want to calculate it, which I'm not going to make you. And then I measure up or hold it up there to see where I need to cut it off, and put it in. Right, so that's measuring for a stub 90. Back to back 90, where am I measuring there? Let's do half inch EMT again.
You're gonna do one stub, right? And
Yep.
then you have to measure outside to outside.
Outside to outside, very good. So if my take up is 5 inches, and let's say this distance to this distance is 46 inches.
41.
Really, we don't even need to know that until we make our second bend. So I'm going to bend a stub 90, however tall I want it. Let's say I want it to be 6 inches tall. So I bent this stub 90. And then this is, what did I say? 40 what? 42 inches, whatever. Okay, so then we're going to go from here, come over 42 inches, make a mark, and then put this on the star and bend it up. The star is the back of a 90-degree bend. So when you bend this up, it should put the back of the 90 right at 42 inches. Offsets. Where do I need to measure for that?
You take the measurement of the center line, and then I was thinking
this one.
Sorry.
You measure between the bottom of the fixtures,
bottom.
so the bottom of the one, the bottom of the other.
Yeah, bottom to bottom.
Yep. Remember to think about offsets in terms of like an obstruction. So pretend there's like an I-beam here. Right? Measuring for offsets, we want to know what we're getting over or on top of. So bottom of this coupling to the bottom of that coupling. Three-point saddle, what would I need to measure here?
Depending on what you go from center line, and then you
know where this is. That's going to be my first bend.
And
then I need to know the height. So
right,
this distance.
Yep.
And the same thing for 4-point saddle. I don't even have a slide for that one, but 4-point saddle is just the two offsets back to back. So, all right. Does anybody have any questions?
It's very threatening.
Okie dokie.
All right.
You guys have a good rest of your Monday, and I'll see some of you or a lot of you on Wednesday. If you want to come in, if Wednesday's not your day, and you want to come in and grab your code book or hang out or whatever.
So it's 9 a.m. Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thanks, Zach.
No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See you guys. Have a good day.
You
You
too.
too.